So I think the most important thing is to discuss it early on with all the members of the research team. So, with your research advisor or with the other people in the group, to understand how it's been done in the past, or as a new faculty member in a department, discuss it with the other faculty members so that you set the consistent tone with the people in your group. So I think early communication is really important, so nobody has unrealistic expectations.
Every time somebody comes on board and you ask them, hey, can you do this, can you do that? Be clear, okay, this is an acknowledgement, this is a authorship, somewhere in the middle.
Normally, the student or postdoc or whoever contributed the most to a project is the first author. Once in a while, there are two students who might have contributed equally to a paper, in which case we put asterisks on their names and we say that, these two students contributed equally. I even had three that contributed equally.
I was once told, and it's certainly true, if you have a complicated paper with a lot of different collaborators and you're trying to determine if somebody should be an author and you're not really sure, rest assured whoever you're thinking about, really believes they should be an author.
So it is certainly true with collaborations that there can be questions about authorship, and it's important to address that right away, almost before the first experiments. Sometimes that's not the case. Sometimes you just try something on the fly. Think, oh, I'll just try, can you do this to your friend or neighbor or someone at a meeting, you send a sample halfway around the world, and it works. It's best to get this out in the open as soon as possible.
If you use authorship kind of like as a currency rather than merit-based thing, that doesn't work very well. So if the people are told, here are the rules of engagement, in our case it's based on science, and let them come to a conclusion, almost always it works out in a just way, where some people may be disappointed, but at the end they can at least sort of understand.
I think most universities will have some sort of training classes for graduate students in terms of publication ethics, and that's been a real trend, and I think that's a wonderful trend.
The other innovation that's happened a lot now is in the acknowledgements, or at least in the author information, there's a summary of what each author contributed. And I think what we're heading towards now is circumstances where people on their CV are going to have statements about what they contributed to each paper.